So if you do remember, in previous class we have set up Jenkins server, and this is my server I just started. And if I try to access this server from the browser, if I start it from the browser, sorry, if I try to access it from the browser on port number 8080, okay, so it is asking for username. My username is Jenkins, and password also Jenkins at 123, right? So we have logged in. This is an brand new server. I mean to say fresh server. So far I haven't set up anything. Okay. Now, if we want to create any new job, you can see here, create new job. Job nothing but a task. If you want to achieve something regularly or what I can say frequently, you can create as a job in Jenkins. The purpose of Jenkins, the purpose of Jenkins is to create jobs which you want to execute quite frequently or regularly. So it is going to help you to achieve those tasks. For that, we can create jobs. So to create a new job, this is the option to create a new job. Apart from creating a new job, you have people, build history, manage Jenkins, my views, and lockable resources, credentials, and a new view. So these all are the options. This is build queue and build executor status. Build queue nothing but if you have any jobs uh, in the queue to execute it, that will show in the build queue. And build executor status nothing but if any jobs are running, it is going to show you under build executor. So at this point of time, we don't have any jobs, and we are not running any jobs. That is the reason it is going to show you this uh, nothing over here. So we'll start with our first Jenkins job. To create any new job, either you can click over here because it is a first time you can see this one. Later point of time you cannot see this option, but whenever you want to create a new job, this is the option. You can go to the new item or else create new jobs. Both take you into the same page. Now I'm going to give as a first Jenkins job. Okay, the name of my job is first Jenkins job. This is a required field. And once you have chosen your job name, there are different kind of jobs are there, but for now freestyle project we are going to go do. So the freestyle project is, this is the central feature of Jenkins. Jenkins will build your project combining any SCM with any build system, and this can be even used for something other than software build. So freestyle project is a kind of option where you can build any kind of code. Any kind of code you can build, and any kind of software you can build it. But you will understand more about going forward about freestyle. But this is the freestyle project we are creating, and we can use, if you don't know which project you should use, then blindly go with the freestyle project. So you need to select it here and click OK. Now it will take us into the next page where you need to provide inputs for your build. Whenever I say uh, job, job is a task. So what task you would like to achieve from this job? That is what you need to specify. So description is there. In the description field, you can provide the description. What is the purpose of this job? I can just mention this is a test job, and moreover, description is optional. It is not mandatory. Apart from this, we have multiple options over here, but just ignore for now. And source code management, we are not touching anything. And build triggers are there, and build environments and build. Okay, so we want to build something through this project. So what we are going to build, there are again multiple options. Sorry execute Windows batch command, execute shell, invoke ant, invoke gradle. You can see here, invoke top level Maven triggers, run with timeout, and few other. So these all are the options which are you can see under build, and these options get increased depends upon the plugins you installed. If you do remember, we have installed ant plugin, we have installed gradle plugin. That is the reason you could able to see these two options maybe, because whenever you install plugins, it is going to show you more options. But for now, what we are doing is we are executing shell command. Means I'm going to execute a simple shell command, or else if you want to execute on Windows, this is the option. So which one I need to choose? It depends upon where you have installed your Jenkins. In my current case, I have installed my Jenkins on Windows, sorry, Linux. So I'm going with execute shell. If you have installed your Jenkins on Windows, you can go with the Windows batch command. Okay. Now execute shell. Here you can provide the command what you would like to execute. I want to just execute a command called echo. Okay, echo is a command which will display the content whatever you specified in the colons. So something like this. So hello world. Okay, this is the command we are executing, and I'm going to execute same command in my Jenkins server. This is my Jenkins server. Echo hello world. Okay. Whenever I execute echo hello world in my shell prompt, it is going to just display the same thing. It is going to display same thing. So even here also, whenever the build happens, it is going to display the same output. So now let's apply nothing, but if you change anything, you are going to apply those and save it. Once you have saved it, you can able to see your first Jenkins job. This is your first Jenkins job, and these all properties belongs to Jenkins. Okay, earlier we have seen here Jenkins properties where you can see first item is new item. Okay, if I go back here, you can see the Jenkins dashboard. But currently I'm inside my job. In my job, I have the job status, changes, workspace. All these options are there. And among these, you can see a option called build now. Build now is a option which can trigger your current job, and you can see here build history. So far, any builds happened or not. If no builds are happened, you cannot find anything. But whenever a new build happens, it is going to display over here. So let's execute build now. And whenever the build is happening, you can able to see the build result over here and the build whether it's happening or not. Am I clicked it or not? Let me try it one more time. Build now. Yep, build scheduled. And yes, you can see here build has been completed. And if you want to see the build output, there is a arrow symbol over here, right? You can click on the arrow symbol, or else directly if you click on this one, it will take you into the console output. Console output nothing but the output of your command, or you sorry, the output of your job. You can see here started by Jenkins user, because we have logged in as a Jenkins user, right? That is the information it is displaying. If you log in with any other user, it is going to show you the same username. Running as system and build in workspace. We are going to talk about workspace in a minute, but you can see here what it has done. It is executing this jenkins.sh. This is executing as a script. Why it is executing as a sh script? Because we have chosen option as a shell script, execute it as a shell. Okay, that is the reason it is executing this shell script. And echo hello world. So this is the instruction which is there in the shell script, and it created temporarily a file called .sh under tmp, and it's added this line and executed that particular command, and output of this one has displayed over here, and result whether it is successfully finished or not is available over here. Okay, so this is the option, or this is how you can build your job in Jenkins. Okay, now whenever you create any job in your Jenkins system, it is going to store your data in this particular location, that is where lib Jenkins workspace. Okay, this is the default directory where lib Jenkins workspace. So in this location, your job information gets stored. You can see here first Jenkins job. This is the job name I have given. So where can I check this one? I can check this one under my Jenkins server. cd go to your Jenkins server and ls. You can see here your first Jenkins job is there. Okay, but we are going to talk about this one more in a while. Okay, now before talking about this one, we'll execute or we'll create one more job. Okay, now I'm going to create one more job that is going to display the my system current time. It is going to display my system current time. So to display your current system time, we can execute a command called date. Okay, so date is a command which will display the current system time. This is May 19th. Okay, 1:33 UTC. Okay, 2020 the year. So this is the command to display the date, and I can add echo and date command both together, that is echo current time and date is, sorry, current date and time is, I can just specify dollar date. Okay, so what happens whenever you display the dollar date, it is going to execute it as a command. It is going to execute it as a command. If you don't specify dollar, okay, let's try it. Yeah, dollar date colon. So it is going to display the current date and time. You can see here current date and time is Tuesday, May 19th, so and so. So what echo command does do, it displays this one as it is. Whenever you specify dollar in front of any command, it replaces this value with the command. It replaces this value with the output. Sorry, it replaces this value with the output. So if I don't specify dollar, it is just going to display the content as it is. It is going to display the content as it is. Even I can remove these braces as well. I can just give the dollar. You can see here, whenever I give the dollar, it is not taking at all. So this is the command to display the your date. This is the command. It is going to display the date. Now we are going to keep this one, or with this one we are going to create a new Jenkins job. Let's go back again. I'm going back to my Jenkins console. Okay, you can see here now you are able, you could able to see the one job which is just created. Now we are going to create a new job. Again, new job, new item, and date job. Okay, just we are giving date job, and it is a freestyle, and okay to connect, sorry, create this job displays current time. So this particular job is going to display the current time, and we are not changing anything. We are just going here and execute shell, and I'm just giving our command echo. This is what we want to display, and dollar date, apply and save. Now let's build this change. So far it is not built. Okay, because this is a fresh job we just created and build now. You can see here, this is completed. Wait. So this is completed, and you can see the arrow mark over here. Here arrow mark, you have the changes, what changes you have done in this particular job, and console output. This is what we are able to see. Edit build information and delete this build. So console output, we can click, same information we are going to get. At the same time, if you just click over here, it takes you into the console output. Again, it is ran by the Jenkins user and build in workspace so and so, and again it's created a new .sh because we are executing it as a shell, and this is the command. And you can see here current date and time, it is 1:36. because it is going to execute on the particular system which you have specified. In our case, it is executing on Jenkins server itself. So whatever Jenkins server date is showing, same thing it is going to show you. Again, if I execute, it is going to pick up the latest time. Earlier it is 36, right? This time it could be 37. Okay. So it takes the build will happen immediately whenever you click on build command. Okay. Now we are going to add little more changes to this particular or new job. We are going to create a new job. So far we have created 2 jobs. Now let's take another example that I would like to display my name. I would like to display my name. So usually in Linux, what happens? You can assign a value to a variable. So I can specify that name is equal to AR Shankar and sorry, name is equal to AR Shankar. I need to specify in the braces and echo name. If I give, it is just going to display as it is whatever you have specified. But echo dollar name, if you specify, it is going to replace the name value with the my name. So the output of this command is AR Shankar. So I can just trim this one little bit. My name is dollar name. Okay, I'm just displaying my name is dollar name. You can see here my name is AR Shankar. Okay, so same command if I want to execute in the Jenkins, first I need to define the name variable, then I need to define the this particular parameter. Okay, we'll trim little bit more about this one. So I'm going to replace my first name is equal to AR and second name is equal to Shankar. Okay, I'm just giving my first name is AR, second name is Shankar. So echo my name is dollar first name and dollar second name. Okay, so now if I execute, I could see the same output, but you can see here my name is so and so so and so. Let's keep this particular commands in our Jenkins job and we'll execute and we'll see the output. So again, creating a new job. I'm name it as a test job because we are going to modify same job from now onwards. So test job and it is a freestyle project. Okay, and I'm going to execute the command. I'm not giving any description at all. So this is the command I need to execute. So first it is going to store my uh, first name in this particular parameter. So in this particular parameter, my first name gets stored. In the second parameter or second variable, my second name gets stored. And echo so and so, echo my name is first name, second name, first name followed by second name, then it displays the my name. So apply the changes and save it. Save it. What happening? Yep, it got saved. Now if I build it, yep, build is successful. And if I see the output, you can see here, my name is AR Shankar. My name is AR Shankar. Again, if somebody want to execute the same command and they want to display their name, okay, then what I need to do, I can edit the existing job. I can edit the existing job. To edit your existing job, there is a option called configure. There is a option called configure. So configure is a option which will displays our job in the edited mode. Just click on the configure and you can see here whenever you are creating your job, whatever information you could see, same information you could see. So here you can update your command. Now I want to name it as a Jenkins followed by user. Okay, so this command is executed by Jenkins user. or my name is Jenkins user. I just would like to display and save it. And if I build it again, now you can see here again it has been completed, and this time my name is Jenkins user. So this is how we can edit our existing job. So to edit your existing job, there is a option called configure. There is a option called configure, right? Now again I would like to edit this one, but this time what I would like to do is I don't want to what I can say. Yep. I don't want to give the values in my Jenkins hard-coded value. I mean to say, here I am giving my values, right? I don't want to give my values over here. I want to call or I want to give my values outside nothing but while executing my job I would like to give, so that whoever want to display their name, they can give their first name and second name, then it should display. For that purpose we need to write a shell script. So I am quickly going to write a shell script. Okay, so before writing I am switching back to my home directory. Under home directory I don't have anything, so I will create a test job dot sh. So test job dot sh, I am writing a simple script. In the script, nothing we are doing new, same thing, whatever we have executed in the Jenkins job, same thing we are doing. Okay, see, I'm just specifying that first name Jenkins, second name is user, and I'm displaying it over here. But in shell command, if you do remember, in yesterday's class also, I told you that if you want to add user data, you need to add one particular entry, that is has escalatory mark slash bin bash. Okay, so this you need to add for any shell script. Any shell script, if you are writing, starting line must be this one. So this entry we call it as a shebang. Okay, so shebang nothing but this entry we call it as a shebang. If you search for shebang entry in shell script, you can see here this is called shebang, and or a bang line, and this is nothing but a bash interpreter, and it contains the so and so interpreter called slash bin bash. Okay, so we have added a shebang. This is the must entry in any shell scripts. Okay, depends upon the shell you are going to change it over here. Okay, sometimes it may be slash bin bash, something like that, it may get changed, but by default on Linux flavors it is bin bash. Now first name is Jenkins, second name is user, and just I'm going to save this file to save wq, and if I execute this shell script test. Yep, so before executing any shell script you need to add the execution permission. So you should have a execution permission. So how to give execution permission? Anyone? What's the command to give this execution permission? What is the command to change the permission?
chmod plus.
Yep. So chmod is the command to change the permission, and execution permission, you just want to give execution permission, you just give 111. But we don't want to give only execution permission. That is the reason I'm giving 755. 755 nothing but give the read write execute permission for the owner, then read and execute, then read and execute for these two guys. If you don't want to change existing permission, but addition to that one you just want to give only execution permission, then plus x is the command. So plus x nothing but execution, ex, right? So x as treated it as a execution permission, so we are giving execution permission to this particular script, so everybody get the execution permission. Now you can see here everybody got the execution permission. Okay, plus x nothing but give the execution permission everyone. Okay, now the color also has been turned into the what I can say green. Now if I execute it, To execute any shell script, let me clear the screen. So to execute any shell script, a dot slash and script name if you are executing in the current location. Nothing but nothing but in the current location there is a file called testjob.sh is there. If I give just to testjob.sh, okay, what it treats that okay this particular command is available in a slash bin directory and it looks for there. So you should execute or you should tell that your script is available in the current location. So dot slash represents to the current location. Now let's execute and see the output. You can see here my name is sorry, my name is Jenkins user, but I want to give this while executing my shell script. So for that purpose, in shell script, there is a option called runtime variables where you can provide the arguments. So to provide arguments, you need to edit this one and you just need to replace this one Jenkins user with $1 and $2. So what is the meaning of $1 and $2? Whenever you are executing your shell script, after your shell script, if you give some value, that treats it as a first value. I mean to say, after shell script, if you give some value, in our case, this test job under .sh, right? So test job.sh space, if I give AR, then the AR treat it as a $1. Next value treat it as a $2. Nothing but how many values you are giving next to your script, those treat it as a $1, $2, something like this. Okay, now let's save this one. Sorry, before saving, I'm just saying that I will give the value for the first name and second name whenever I'm executing my shell script. That is the meaning of this one. So now let's save this file and what I will do, I'm going to execute it to execute test job and I want to give the $1. So here $1 nothing but the value whatever I provide over here. So I'm giving a uh, username as a AR, it is $1 and after AR again I have given space, then Shankar. So I have given AR Shankar. So this will treat it as a, this is the usually in the shell script, this is $0, this is $1 and this is $2. So now the values get replaced with the AR Shankar in the script. Now let's execute and you can see here, my name is AR Shankar. Again, I'm going to execute it. I'm going to execute it in the, what I can say, mm, Narendra Modi. Okay, I'm giving two values. That is, Narendra is a $1, Modi is the second value, $2. Now you can see here, my name is Narendra Modi. My name is Sonia Gandhi. So if I give the first value and second value, it is going to treat the both the values. So if I give bigger name, something like A, B, C, E, F, sorry, D, E, F, G, H, I. Now how many values I'm giving? This is $0 and this is $1 and $2 and $3. So now what happens? What is the name you are thinking to get it displayed? My name is followed by what values does it get a display?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Anyone? Yes, it is going to display A, B, C, D, E, F. Even though you give the extra parameter $3 in your shell script, nowhere you are using the third parameter. Okay, you are not using the third parameter in your shell script. That is the reason it just ignores if it is having the more values, because you are just considering only these two values. If you give additionally, if somewhere you are using it, just displays. If you are not giving it, don't display. Okay, so this is how you can write a simple shell script to follow the give the variables. Now I would like to execute same job from my Jenkins. So in that case I need to copy this shell script into some location. So I'm keeping this under tmp or else in my current location /home ec2 minus user is there. So maybe, yep, I can keep it in the same location, and I will give the this cell path, sorry, cell script path. So let's go back to our Jenkins job and go here. So instead of what I can say, the values, what I will do, I will give the cell script path. Where my cell script is there, this is my Jenkins server. Don't misunderstand. This is my Jenkins server, and what I can say, this is available in this location. So what does it do? It looks for this particular file in this location, and test job.sh. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is execute this shell script and save it and save. Now if I execute this job, what will happen? Anybody? You can see here it is failed. Why it is failed? It is saying that permission denied. Okay, so it doesn't have permission, but sorry. Anyway, even I want to fail one change. You can see here the color of your change. It is in red color. Earlier you can see here it is in blue color. So whenever your build have the blue color, it means that your change is, sorry, your build is successful. Whenever you see the red ball, it means that your build is failed. Now if you go and check it out, you can see here finished with failure. Why? Because this Jenkins user doesn't have access to this particular location. So what I can do, I can keep this particular test underscore job.sh under tmp. So tmp will have access to everyone. So let's move this one or copy this one into /tmp. Now I'm going to change my job also, and to change our job, again we need to click on configure, and we just need to specify the /tmp, apply, and save this file. Now we will execute it, build now. Now you can see here the build is successful, and if I click over here, it's just displayed only my name is and nothing after that. Why it is like that? Anybody?
We didn't pass
As
parameter.
we have nowhere pass the arguments.
Yes. So whenever we don't pass the arguments, it just think that it is an empty space, and empty spaces doesn't recognize over here. So we must need to pass the parameters or arguments. So in Jenkins job also we can pass the parameters. Okay, but to do that one we have a option. Again, I'm going back and configure. If I go to configure and edited mode, I have opened my change as a edited mode, and you can see here there is a option called this project is parameterized. This project is parameterized. Parameterized nothing but you need to provide parameters for your project while building it. So if I click over here, you can see here add parameter. Again, we have different choices to add parameters, that is Boolean parameter, choice parameter, and credentials parameter, file parameter. Like this, we have multiple options. We have multiple options. So we are choosing the string parameter. String parameter means I'm giving my own option. I'm giving my own value. Some value I am going to give, that is string. String nothing but characters. So if I choose this one, it will ask that what is the string parameter name. So the name what I'm going to give is first name. Okay, my parameter name is, I'm giving a first name, and a default value. Default value nothing but we just executed our job, but we haven't provided any value. So if you don't provide any value, what is the default value? I can take it. So here I am going to give the Jenkins as the default value, and the description, provide your first name. Okay, this is the just description. So this is one parameter I have added, but our script is expecting two parameters, right? So we need to add one more parameter. Again, this is also type of string. Now I'm going to name it as a second user, sorry, second name, and second name is just giving user, and a description, provide your second name. Okay, so we are changing our Jenkins job as a parameterized, and apply the changes and save it. Now you can execute this job, but while executing, you can see here earlier whenever you click, you check, this is just like a build, but this time this has been changed to build with parameters. So it means that without parameters you cannot build this job. Now let's click on this one, and you can see here it is asking for the first name. So the value of the first name, so provide your first name. This is second name, so provide the second name, and same names we should use the in our script. I hope even in our script also we have same names. Let me just test it out. So first name and second name. Okay, so same thing, there is no caps, even there is no caps over here. Now these all are the default values. You can change these default values like okay, I'm changing the default values. If you don't change anything, it treats that as a default value and it displays the Jenkins user. Yep. Okay, so now we have built it, and if I go to the console output, you can see that okay, it hasn't taken the value because there could be some change in my script. Build with parameters. Let me try with the default value itself. Build now. Okay, there is a problem with the shell script. So in the shell script, first name is equal to $1, second name is $2. Sorry, this one I need to replace it. Sorry, we need not to specify the $1 and $2. It doesn't take like this. We need to edit it. We need to name it as a VI, and we just remove this one because we are directly taking the first name and second name. We are directly taking the first name and second name, so we just need to remove the variables over there. Or if you want to keep the variables, what you can do, you can just change it to the first underscore names, sorry, uh, yep, first name. Instead of $1, I need to specify the first name, whatever is there input we are taking from the Jenkins job. But rather than that one, I can give the just as a first name and second name. Now what will happen, it is going to take these values. Okay, now in this shell script, the first name is replaced with the first name which we have provided, and second name get replaced with the second name which we have provided. Okay, so now let's execute it, and I'm going to build job again, build with parameters, and I'm trying with the default values, and you can see here build is successful. This time my name is Jenkins user. Why? Because Jenkins is the first name, user is the second name. Similar way, if I change my parameters, okay, I'm changing it to Narendra Modi and build it. Now you can see here your name has been changed to Narendra Modi. Okay, so this is how we can change our um, this is how we can pass parameters while running our Jenkins job. While running our Jenkins job. Is it clear? Any questions?
Um, Shankar, to which file you gave execute permissions? I didn't follow that
That
that part.
testjob.sh, the script which we are running right now, right? That is the
Yes.
testjob.sh. I just copied it. You can see here cp testjob.sh onto tmp. I just copied it over here. Under tmp we have this file at this moment. So currently I'm under my home directory. And if I go to the /tmp, here also I just copied the same file. You can see here same file is there, and content you can see I just removed the first two lines, but in this script it is the previous one, right? It is still with the same name, sorry, same parameters.
Uh, so you use chmod command to give execute permissions to this file.
I have given chmod command on this one. Once you have given the execution permission on this file, and if you copy that file into other location, it also get the same permissions. You can see here, whenever I do the copy of this particular file into other location, with the same permission, it got copied onto the TMP.
Okay, so even if we copy it to any location, we first have to grant execute permissions no matter where we copy the file, right? So that is must.
No, 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 no. See, if you see, I have given permission, chmod permission only on this file. What is available under /home ec2 minus user. Once I have given permission to this one, I have copied it into the TMP. Whenever you copied it into the TMP, it get the same permission what this guy is having. So here I didn't give the execution permission at all. I have given execution permission only once. Once I have given permission, if you copy it over here, it is also going to get the execution permission. Okay, to make it clear, I'm going to my home directory, or else let me remove my test job and go to my home directory. So pwd, I'm under my /etc home. So here if you see my test job.sh is there, and it has the execution permission. And if I check ls minus l /tmp, you don't have the test job.sh. Now I'm copying this file onto the /tmp. Copy /tmp, and if I do ls minus l /tmp, this particular file got copied into the destination location, nothing but into the /tmp with the permissions as well. So here I no need to give any permissions, because the permissions whatever this guy is having, same permissions get copied into the target location.
So what if I don't grant the permissions at all to this
If you
test?
don't, means now if I want to change it to the chmod 444 file name, and oops, I changed it into the my current location. So I'm going to /tmp. So you mean to say if I have only chmod 444 over here, something
Yes,
like this,
yes,
you
yeah,
don't have execution permission. If you
yes.
don't have execution permission, even your Jenkins job also cannot run. Whatever it is or whoever is running your shell script, it must have the execution permission. At least the guy who is running it.
Okay.
Okay. Now if I try to build my Jenkins job, it is going to fail. Why? Because there is no execution permission for this file. You can see here it has been failed. And if I go and check, permission denied.
Okay. Yeah.
If I give again chmod 755 on test job, again if I execute it now, this time it is going to successful. I'm trying with the default values, and this time it is successful. Why? Because it has the execution permission. No matter whether you are running from the Jenkins job or else a manual command, you must provide the credentials.
Shankar,
Yep.
uh, how to provide this Jenkins user like sudo permissions to run jobs from other locations?
See, this Jenkins user created at the Jenkins console level. Okay, so you cannot able to give or grant the access to this user. If I go and check cat/etc passwd, this is the location where users get created, right? Oh, Jenkins automation user. Okay, a user got created here. A Jenkins user got created, but yes, still this user is not a user which we have created. By default, whenever you install Jenkins, a user called Jenkins get created. So this user and whatever you can see here, this user, both are differ. Okay.
Okay.
So you cannot grant the permission, but by default, the Jenkins admin user get access to the slash var lib Jenkins. Okay, so in this location he will have access or else to the TMP. So those two locations we can keep our files.
Okay, generally we keep from varlib Jenkins and then we'll run jobs.
See, usually we don't give the shell scripts like this. So configure, here we have given shell scripts, right? So we mostly we don't give shell scripts like this in this one. If we give also, we will specify the appropriate user as a which user you need to execute this command. That also we are going to specify.
Okay, thanks, Shiv. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, not a problem. You are going to see in the later classes how we can execute because we don't run all the scripts in the Jenkins level. We run on the target systems. There we need to specify the user, and we can specify as a which user you need to log into the target system and you should execute the command. We are going to discuss in a while about that as well. So now we have seen that how we can give the parameters, and still we have few more options. I would just like to go with those. So test job, if I go to the again configure, and in the configurations we have this job is parameterized, we have chosen, right? And if I go to the add parameter, under parameters you have the boolean parameter, nothing but true or false. If in the script you can specify that if this is true, then only display the some x output. If it is false, display the y output. That we call it as a boolean parameter. Next, choice parameter. Choice parameter nothing but you can list out the number of choices. Okay, assume that I'm giving the name. Okay, name I'm giving. So name is I want to choose only. Okay, like this I have given 4 names. Now assume that I have removed these two. Okay, string parameters I'm removing, and if I save my job, okay, if I save my job and the description, choose one name out of this. Okay, and this name I'm just giving the name, but instead of name I'm giving the first name. Why? Because our script at least have the first name parameter. So apply and save. Now if I am executing this one, build with parameters, this time it doesn't allow us to type the name. You should choose any one of the name. This we call it as a choices. If I give Rahul Gandhi, build now, and you can see here the output of this command. First name is correct, right? Build FIRSTNAME. So Rahul Gandhi, build now. Why it is not successful? Test job. Okay, sorry. We have just copied, right? So it came as a previous script. Edit this one and remove these two entries and save this file. And if I go back again and execute this script, and Rahul Gandhi, if I choose, and the output of this command is Rahul Gandhi. Why? Because we have given only first name, even though in first name itself we have provided the full name. Okay, so this we call it as a choices. Choices nothing but you can choose the choices whatever you would like to. Now again we are going to configure it, and we can see few other parameters are there, and most of them are self-explanatory. file parameter, nothing but you can keep your file parameters in file and you may pass it. I never used it. And credentials, if you are using the credentials, okay, but we haven't created any credentials now, let it be at this moment. Like this, we have multiple other stuff is there. Even password parameter is there, run parameter, string parameter. So string parameter we just seen. So these all are the options. Okay, you just try with the self-explanatory, but most of the cases we choose the string parameter or the choice parameter while running our jobs. Okay, rarely we may go with the password parameter if you would like to pass the password as a what I can say, input. Clear? Questions? I'm just leaving it, I'm not changing anything. Okay, so now we are going to see our job console. You can see here in our job console we have few other options apart from the what I can say build parameter. We have configure, we have seen, and rename is to just to change the name of your job. You can change the your job name, that is the option to rename, but we are not changing the job name. Next, delete project, nothing but it is going to delete the entire project. It is going to delete the entire project, and you can delete the particular build as well. You can see here delete, assume that this is red one, nothing but it's failed. I don't want to show this build, so I can delete build 9. Yes, I would like to delete build 9, and you can see here 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you can delete your builds if you want. Okay, but usually we don't do that one. We don't delete our builds. Now let's delete our build 13. I'm just deleting build 13. Yes, I would like to delete build 13. And if I do again build, and this time I'm choosing Narendra Modi and build it. Now you can see it is build 14th. Okay. And all these builds outcome is stored over here, workspace, or the execution of this particular stuff. So workspace, if I click in workspace, no such file or directory, because this is a shell script, you cannot see the any information. It should display some of the information, but yes, usually if you are cloning from some other location you can see, but these all are the on-fly commands. That is the reason you cannot see anything under workspace, but going forward you are going to see the few other stuff in the workspace. Now delete project, yes, I just discussed. And changes, if you want to see what and all changes you have done before executing your job, then those changes are displayed over here. We have done changes and we executed, you cannot see this. And status, anyway, we just seen the status, what and all stuff it is happening. And back to dashboard, it will take you into this location. So again, you came back to your location. Now if I go to again test job, and it also displays the things when was executed each job and what is the result out of that. You can see here last completed build, last unsuccessful build, last failed build. So when was the last successful happened, when is the unsuccessful happened, when is failed happened. Okay, so unsuccessful, nothing but it is like a failed one. You can see here failed build and unsuccessful build, both are giving the same one. Now completed build, successful build, stable build, and stable build, these three are same. Stable build, nothing but working one, and also successful also same. Completed build also same. Okay, 11 minute 1 minute 16 seconds ago. Okay, completed, nothing but entire build has been completed. And the last build, of course, this is the last build. The last build is 14th, and build number it is giving, and the last failed one. See here, we have deleted the 13th job, so it is nowhere tracking the record of that one. It is saying that 13th one, not 13th one, 9th one was the failed build, right? We deleted it, so it is not having any track of that one. But we rarely go and watch this one, but usually by looking here itself you will come to know whether your build is successful or not. Okay, So that is about the job you should know. We are going to add more parameters in our job in later point of time, but for now I'm just going back again, and this is our console page. Okay, this is our console page, and you can see here these all are green, nothing but these jobs are running successfully. And this is weather. Okay, weather nothing but if it is a shiny sun, it means that the builds are successful. If it is cloudy and shiny, some of the builds are failed, and some of the builds are successful. If it is full cloudy, nothing but rainy cloud, it means that all the builds are or most of the builds are failed, or all the builds are failed. So that will give this information. Again, this is the build information and last success when we have executed these particular jobs, when we have executed these particular jobs last time and the last failed. You can see here these two jobs not failed, our first job and date job. That is the reason it is not showing anything, but here it is failed 24 minutes ago. Build number 3, it's failed. And execution duration, how many seconds it got executed. This executed 33 milliseconds. This is 0.15 seconds, 14 milliseconds. And if you want to build this particular builds, you can execute this one. So schedule a build for the date job, nothing but whenever I click on this one, it is going to execute. A build will happen, and you can see here currently it is 40 minutes ago, right? And it is third, and if I refresh, the build could happen, and 10 seconds and build 3 happened. Okay, so you can build your jobs from here as well. This is your build one. So now this is all about the how we can use the new item, and this is about view nothing but how you can see your console, but we are going to see in later. Now people nothing but the users who are having access to this particular Jenkins console. So far you can see here only Jenkins user having the access, and the Jenkins user name is Jenkins user, and that's it. Okay, not applicable. Last commit activity, there is no commit, it seems. So this is the about the user. If you want to create new users, you can create by going the manage Jenkins. You can create by going into the manage Jenkins. Now build history, even I'm not sure. Yep. So if your build information is shown over here, nothing but when the build was happened and what and all builds happen on which date, all this information is available over here. You can see here our build 18th it has happened. Okay, 18th it has been happened, and these many builds happened. And if you see here, these all are the builds which was happened most recently, and from there the older jobs. Okay, our first build we have executed on 49 minutes ago, and the latest build we have executed around 1 minute 11 seconds ago. Okay, and this is stable. We need to make sure that our jobs are stable, and you can able to see the console output. This symbol represents to the console output which we have seen just now. Next, manage Jenkins. So this is the one of the important entry in our Jenkins console, because all the options or most of the activities we are going to change over here. You can see here there are multiple options. Okay, so configure systems, configure global security. So configure systems nothing but if you want to interact with any other tools. Like in our case, we want to interact with the Maven, we want to interact with the Git, we want to interact with the Artifactory, Tomcat server. If you want to interact with any other applications, we are going to use the configure systems. Next, configure global security. This is related to the security. Next, configure credentials. It's create the credentials. Global tool configuration, again this is one of the important one. Here also we are going to set up our tools. Okay, here we are going to set up our tools, but in the configure systems we are going to set up our credentials. Most of the cases it handles with the credentials. Next, reload configuration from the disk, manage plugins. This is one of the important one which will enhance your um, Jenkins with the lot of additional options. So if you need any additional feature, you need to go with the manage plugins. It's like a loading your Jenkins to do the more activities. Okay, so that talks about the manage Jenkins and systems information, system log, and load statistics, Jenkins CLI. Even we can manage our Jenkins with the CLI script console. Like this, we have various options are there, and also we have manage users. This is the option to create users. Currently, we are not creating any user. Let it be like that, and I am going back to my views. So you can create views over here. Views nothing but you are having 3 jobs over here. Out of 3 jobs, you are only want to get couple of jobs are run by you. You want to see only your jobs, not the other jobs, because Jenkins is managed by multiple users. Multiple users are logging in and they could be creating their own jobs. Then you want to manage only your jobs. If you go to Jenkins console, you could able to see the all the jobs. Now I can name it as a plus, and I create my own view. View name I'm giving as a test view, and list view, sorry, yep, list view, and I can add the what and all jobs I would like to select on this one. Selected jobs, I want to select all the jobs, enabled jobs only. Like this, I can choose all selected jobs. So we have only date job. Assume that date job is only managed by me. Apply and save if I give, and you can see here one additional view has been created, and this is all jobs. And whenever I go to my particular view, I could see only my Jenkins job view. Okay, so quickly what I will do, I will show you.
Shankar,
Yeah,
this, I mean, my view only will be visible to this particular user.
no, everybody can view, but you can still restrict, I believe. I think
Okay.
while creating you can restrict it. So my view, this view automatically displays the all the jobs that are currently used here have items in a simple. Okay, I don't think so you can restrict it because everybody can may have access, but let me test view 2. mm, just build button, think add column. uh, no, you cannot restrict it, everybody can able to view that. So we have discussed about most of the things, and we need to dig little more details about the manage Jenkins. Okay, so before digging into the manage Jenkins, what we need to do, we have created a code, right, in Git. If you do remember, in GitHub /arsr, we have created a hello world application. If you do remember, we have created it and we pushed it over here. Yep. So test hello, this is the job we have pushed some time back, right? If you do remember, we have created with the mvn command and we pushed it over here. So now I would like to build this job. Whenever I want to build this job, of course, I need a Maven should be installed. Otherwise, it cannot able to build because this is a Maven project. But I'm just going to show you how can we pull this code into our Jenkins server. So I'm going to create a new job today, and a new job name I'm giving hello world, and this is a freestyle project I'm choosing for now, and okay. Now I'm giving description, this job pulls code from GitHub. Okay, this job is going to pull the code from GitHub, and we can see here now we are not giving any parameters. Why? Because we need to give the URL of our git repository. For that, you have a option called source code management. In source code management, nothing but we are not using source code management for this job. That is the meaning of this one. If you click on Git, you are saying that I'm using Git. If you click on Subversion, you are using Subversion. So Subversion anyway we are not using. We can delete this one. To delete this one, we need to delete the plugin. But Git we are using, so we need to choose the Git. We need to choose the Git and the URL. So what is the URL of your Jenkins job? So this is the URL of your Jenkins job. Always you should provide the HTTPS link. Always you should provide the HTTPS link. Copy this link and copy it. And you can see here, failed to connect to the repository, error performing the Git command, and so on. So what does it mean that you are trying to access the Git, but I don't know what is Git. I don't know what is Git. So to make it work or to clone your Git repository onto your system, you need to do two activities. One is you need to install Git on your local system. Here, if I type Git, it should work. So Git is not installed over here. And also you need to tell that where this Git is installed to your Jenkins server. Then only it can able to identify this one. Then only it can able to identify this one. So let's install Git on our local system. It is quite simple. Let me become a root and yum install Git. Okay, yum install Git. This is my Jenkins server. So I'm installing Git. Yes, I would like to install. So I have installed Git. Now if I do Git, yes, it's installed. And if I want to know where the Git is installed, which Git, okay, which is a command which will tell you that where your Git is installed. Where your Git is installed, you can see here, it is saying that Git is installed under /usr bin. Under that, Git has been installed. Now you need to give this path to your Jenkins. Now you need to give this path to your Jenkins. Then only it can able to identify that, okay, I know what is the Git command, or I know how to clone this one. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just saving it. Even though it is failed, I just saved it, and I need to go to the Jenkins dashboard. Under manage Jenkins, you can see here under manage Jenkins, we have global tool configuration. We have global tool configuration, nothing but we are adding new tool to our Jenkins. We are adding new tool to our Jenkins. And here you can see here Maven configuration, JDK, Git. Okay, there are different options are there, but for now just concentrate on Git. You can see here Git. So Git we need to add, and the name you can specify any name. For that matter, I'm giving just Git, and the path to Git executable. So where is our Git is installed on Git Jenkins server? It is under this location, right? So this path you should provide. This path you should provide. Once you have provided, if you click in outside, it should not show any error. Okay, most of the cases, if this value is correct, it doesn't show any error. And apply and save it. Now I have set up my Git in my Jenkins server as well as on the console. Now if I go to the again Jenkins console, and you can see here your hello world job, and it is not built, nothing but we just created, so nothing is there. Let's go and check it out now and configure. And if you see the output, now you can see here we just added this one, and it is not throwing error. Previously it is throwing some error, right? It could not it says that it could not able to identify. Again, I'm taking the URL, and if I copy it over here, you can see here, please enter the Git repository. And if I copy it over here, it doesn't show any error. It doesn't show any error. And credentials, if you are accessing the private repository, test hello is a public repository. If you see here, this is a public repository, test hello. Okay, if it is a private repository, you need to provide the credentials. For example, we have a private repository, right? I just created a private repository. Not just, sometime back we have created a private repository. Yep, you can see here demo repo is a private and this one also is a private. So let's take this URL and specify over here and we'll see what happens. So this URL I'm copying and instead of test hello, I'm specifying this one, and you can see here it is saying that failed to connect to the repository command so and so so and so. uh, it is saying that invalid username and password because you need to provide your credentials to access the private repository. You need to provide credentials to access your private repository. But how to access private repository we are going to see in later classes. For now, again, I'm just given the control Z to go back to the test hello, and test hello is a public repository. Now it is not throwing any error. Okay. Now if you scroll down, you can see here branch specifier, from which branch you want to clone the code. I want to clone the code from the master branch. This is the default option. If you have some other branch, okay. If I go to my hello test hello project, we have only one branch. Only from that branch we are going to clone it. If you have another branch or new branch, you need to specify the branch name over here. Okay, now I'm not building it, I'm just taking this code into my Jenkins server. So just apply, no other information I'm adding, and save it. And you can see here build now. If I click on build now, it is going to clone the particular repository in our Jenkins server. After that, we are not doing anything. That's the reason it says that it is success. We are just cloning it, build not yet done. But if you see the output started by Jenkins and building in web app, workspace under this location, no credentials specified because it is a public repository. Cloning the remote git repository, and repository name is so and so, and all this information is telling that okay how I am taking the code, and it has taken the code, and the last commit what was done on this system is initial commit, and the result of this particular uh, build. So result of this particular build, again if I go to my job and if I go to workspace, this time you can see some content. This content is equivalent to the your content which you have pushed over here. Okay, so in hello test world, src and pom.xml is there, right? So you can see here src pom.xml is there. Same thing you can check it out from your console as well, I mean to say in the CLI as well. So CLI path information is available over here. If you go to your build result, you can see here in this location I'm creating this one. So just you can copy where lib Jenkins workspace and go inside to this one, and you can see all your jobs over here. So under workspace, I mean to say in this particular directory, it is going to create all your Jenkins jobs, and it is also going to store the what is the outcome of that one. If I go to Jenkins first job, sorry, not outcome, if it is a build one, these all are shell scripts, so it is a temporary files. You cannot see the any result over here, but if it is some code is there, you can see the result. But if I go to hello world, we just cloned the code, right? So same thing. If you do remember, before building in our pom.xml also, sorry, Maven also, we were cloning this code, right? Pom.xml and src was there. Then we, by using the mvn command, we used to build it. Now, if I want to build it, I need to install mvn on my Jenkins server. Then only I can tell to my Jenkins that, okay, build this particular code by using the Maven. So I should install the Maven on the Jenkins server. Once I installed Maven, I need to tell to my console that, okay, Maven is installed in so and so location. We just informed how Git is installed and where it is installed, right? Similar way, we need to tell to Maven. Yep, here we need to tell to Maven that where the Maven is installed. Nothing but Maven home directory we need to specify. Once we specified, we can able to build it. How to build and how can we give this information, we are going to see in tomorrow's class. So that's all for today. Again, we are going to meet tomorrow. Bye, and see you tomorrow.